Welcome to Say It with Roz. I was just thinking today about how much time we spend talking and worrying, about the white man and or the white man's system. A lot of black people, I believe, from what I'm hearing, out here on YouTube, on some of these channels, it's looked at like we don't really play a part in things, that the white man is controlling everything and we don't have any control. You know what? This is not, okay, maybe the white man did establish this system, this thing called America, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and all of that, okay. But we are no longer slaves. We have to stop acting like we're slaves. We have to take ownership of this country. We should play a part in how this country is run as much as anyone else. We are part of this country. This is our system. This is the American system. Are we not Americans? I know some of us are hung up on, calling ourselves Africans. I have no problem with that, I really don't. But we are not in Africa. We are not. This is where we live. This is where we have to, follow whatever rules are in place, And if we don't take part in setting those rules, duh. I just think some black people give too much attention to white people. No offense to white people. I love everybody, okay? But I'm especially partial to my own people, just like white people are partial to their own people. They should be. Who isn't? Goodness, there's nothing wrong with that. The white man ain't studying us. We're so busy, talking about the white man and what he's doing and how he's trying to hold us down and keep us back and all of this stuff, Now, I'm not naive. Now, I know that black people have some legitimate claims against the things, about the things that have happened to us as a people in this country, even after slavery, was so-called done away with, So, and there's still, prejudice is going to be here until we ain't, until the human race is no more, So we've just got to, you got to look past all of that stuff. Just go about the business of doing what we need to do for ourselves. I know sometimes there's a problem with getting, funding like from, banks to do certain things. So I'm told. I don't know. I've never been in that position. I've never, had the opportunity to, be a part of anything big like that, where I would need, lots and lots of money, we're talking maybe millions, or certainly many thousands. So, and, I've heard that complaint. That might be true, I can see that, uh, people do look, unfortunately, Black people are in other people's mind now. I, I wish we would even stop saying that, that Black people are on the bottom of the barrel, no one loves us, everyone is prejudiced. Hey, to hell with them. You know what I'm saying? We should just be focusing on, hey, what is it that we need to do for ourselves? What? I don't hear any real solutions about anything, it's just always, it seems a bunch of whining and crying and complaining, Um, you know, I doubt if the white man is spending, all of his time worried about Black folks, I don't know. If they do, I don't know, I just wish we would, you can't tell me there's not a solution. And, I noticed that a lot of us, I don't know if, a lot of us are in our own worlds, we're comfortable. We don't think about our people as a race, We're doing good. We live in a nice neighborhood. We drive a nice car. We eat good food. We do whatever we want to. We're content. We're not worrying about, the rest of the people. So, but I don't know, is that what everyone does in every race? I mean, I don't know why it's so hard. And what I mean is, what I'm trying to get at is that it seems that every other race comes to America and they do quite well, They build these wonderful neighborhoods, these business districts, I live not right around the corner from what I call Chinatown, because there are lots of Asian businesses, nice businesses. We're not talking about any raggedy stuff, But what I notice is those people really support those businesses. Those Asian people flock over there, They buy, I'm sure they buy other stuff, from other races, you have to, You can't get everything. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can, you know. But I'm sure they patronize other businesses, you know, periodically also. But I think for the most part, they support their own businesses. And that's good. I don't blame them. Who doesn't want their community to flourish? Spanish people do the same thing. They build up these neighborhoods. You know, they might come here poor, you know, and scrimping and scraping and working for pennies, you know, but they'll work their fingers to the bone. They'll help each other. They'll all pile into one apartment, you know, or house, and they help each other, you know, build and build and build until they all are successful, you know, and they support their businesses, you know. I don't know what's wrong with us. You know, there is a big difference, though. You know, you can't get away from it. We were brought here as slaves. We were, everyone that's alive, I'm not sure if, maybe I don't know if there are any slaves, former slaves that are still alive today. But if there are very few. And so we were all born here and raised here, you know, and lived under that segregation and all of that stuff and all of that prejudice and hatred and stuff, you know. No other race has done that in this country, you know, that I know of. So, it's a little more difficult. Our mindset for a lot of us, you know, is, I think we've been conditioned, you know, we've heard it so often from others that we're less than, you know, we're no good, you know, we're ugly, we're this, we're that, you know. So it just seems like as soon as a lot of black people are financially able to move away from themselves, you know, from other black people, they do it. Because I think it makes them feel better about themselves. They feel that, oh, I'm over here in this nice white neighborhood or mixed neighborhood or whatever. I've arrived, you know. I'm not over there with those ghetto folks. I'm above them, you know. And it's a sad thing, you know. I mean, I understand why it happens, but it's unfortunate that it happens. So then our black neighborhoods are left in ruins, you know. Our businesses don't flourish because people with probably money to buy things, they leave as soon as they can, you know. And maybe a lot of the people left there are poor and can't buy a lot of things. Maybe they steal some things, you know. I don't know. I just wish as a people we would stay in our own neighborhoods and build them up. put nice homes in our own neighborhoods, support our own neighborhood businesses. I mean, wouldn't that be a wonderful thing? Black people are beautiful on their own, They don't need to be among white people to be a beautiful people. Every race in their own right is a beautiful people. We just need to stop letting others tell us what we are. And we are in this country. We're here. We have to participate. We have to take ownership. We can't just sit back and let others run everything, and then we're sitting back complaining and talking about, oh, they not doing this and they don't. Hell, why should they? You're not even doing anything. I mean, come on, people. I mean, think about it. If the shoe was on the other foot, would you be doing all you could, to help that other race? I don't know. I don't think so, Now, there should be an even playing ground. Yes, yes, yes. And when we see that there's not, we need to fight. We need to say something about that. And we need to fight to correct that. We all have something to offer. We all do. And we should offer it. Anyway, I just wish we would stop talking about white people so much. They're not talking about us. I know some, look, except the crazies. Now, there are some. I ran across a site. Oh, it was so nasty and ugly. It brought tears to my eyes. They actually do spend quite a bit of time talking about black people, talking bad about them, saying a lot of things that are not true, But for the most part, I think white people are just going about their lives, trying to get as much as they can out of this life in this world while they're here, which is what I think we should be doing, I do wish we supported each other, especially business-wise, more, But too, black people, we need to have legitimate businesses. We need to take pride in the work that we do, the goods and services that we provide for people. Nobody wants some crappy crap, that you're charging them money for. Some of you, sometimes we do try to give our people our business. And a lot of times we get screwed. Either they don't really know what they're doing, they're not really bona fide, in what they're supposed to be doing, But I know that's not every black business person. I'm a business person, and I know I don't do that. I take pride in, the things that I sell to people, and if anybody's not satisfied, I'll return their money, no questions asked. You don't have to run me down or anything like that. So, but being a business person myself, I have experienced firsthand being ignored by my own people. Won't even spend $10 with you. You know, if you want to know how people really feel about you and what they really think about you, ask them to buy something you're selling. Yeah. More than likely, your close, best, well, not all the time, because I've seen business people say not even their best friend will support them in what they're doing, you know. And that's a darn shame. I mean, you can buy something from a person, you know, at least one time. But anyway, that's a whole different talk, you know. But you see how other races support their own. But anyway, I was just thinking about that today. You know how much I'm always hearing. You know. Anyway, why don't y'all concentrate on some solutions? What should be done as a black race? What plan do you have, you know, to help our people? You know. Now, some of you are doing quite well. You're not hurting at all. You are not hurting at all. But what are you doing to reach back and help someone who's not doing so well? The people that are living in the ghetto still, you know. Do you do anything? Do you offer them anything? Do you offer any free services? Give any free talks? Do you have a YouTube channel where you're telling young folks how to conduct themselves? You know, what they need to do to succeed in this world? Not just beating them down, you know, about they're doing this and that. What about telling them what they should be doing, how they can go about it? Lead them in the right direction. If you know about any programs, if people can't find work, why aren't we telling, you know, in the town that they're in, why aren't we telling them? Yes, why don't we try to help them to move to another place, you know, to find a job where there are jobs? We need to start a movement to help our own people instead of trying to make somebody else help us. We need to know where these jobs are. We need to have a network, you know, of where work is. And we need to have places for these people to stay, you know, when they come to these towns, safe houses, you know, people that would take a chance and let them live with them until they can earn enough money to get their own place. Why can't we have something like that? Do we even have a network anymore for our people? We need to do something on our own. We need to educate, the people that are not educated, that are living in these ghettos, that are in these on the welfare system forever, you know. We need to help our own people get away from that, We need to teach our own people how to keep their own neighborhoods nice. We need to promote that. Let's build up our own neighborhoods. What about that kind of project? That kind of movement, I'm moving back to the ghetto movement, I'm moving back to the hood movement, We can do it on our own, people. Other races are doing it. Now, I know some of these other folks come here, and either they have money or I don't know. I think the United States does a lot for some of these people, They know about all of the benefits that they can get. Half of us, we don't even know about the benefits, Is there a network for that? Passing along to black people, the things that are available that they can use. And not wanting to friggin' get paid for it, Do something to help our people. And for goodness sake, vote, You got to take part, and you're in this country. Unless you're moving, going somewhere else, this is where you are, people. You need to do everything you can to try to make it better, Teach your children, the importance of these things, This is our country. We're here. We're here. And we better start acting like this is our country. Anyway, that's all I got to say. Over and out.